Yep, you know what time it is, man. This is, of course, your favorite channel, man, CTB. It's Chanta Boxing. I'm your boy, Jay Slay. So what up to him, man?
What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in.
All right, everybody know what we about to talk about, man. We about to talk about this event that we just all witnessed. Every boxing fan knew what was going to happen. The casual fans, of course, they didn't know what was going to happen. We called it. I called it down to the punch that got ended by. I'm going to put the receipts up. I know what, like you said, you're going to want to sit in that trap. You're going to wind up bullying him. But I think it's going to be a body shot. It's going to be like the same kind of shot that he caught Barrios with when they dropped Barrios to a knee. I think Tank going to hit him with an uppercut to the body. And it's going to have Ryan Garcia going down to the knees. And I just see Ryan Garcia folding, man. I don't think he's built for that type of pressure. Tank hitting too hard. He cracking too hard. Yeah, but I said how I was going to end it on the punch. I was just wrong about the round, which I take that. You know what I'm saying? I lost some money on it tonight. My boy Mom made some money tonight, but it's all good. It was still a great fight, man. We didn't get the Crawford Spence thing, but we're not gonna let that ruin our night. We still had a good night of boxing tonight, man. What was your overall thoughts of the fight tonight, man? I'm curious to see what you got to say about it.
It was electric. I felt the energy in the atmosphere. It felt like a mega fight, a big fight. Even though to me, I thought Tank Davis was levels ahead of Ryan Garcia, but I thought at the beginning of the fight it was exciting because Ryan Garcia has that quick counter punching ability, so it always kept me on edge because even though I thought Tank Davis was the better fighter by far, I knew Ryan Garcia always had a chance. If he could have caught, Tank clean, it might could have changed the whole, fight as far as who could have won that fight. So it kept me on the edge of my seat the whole fight, but it went like you said, like we thought it would go.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. But both of them guys having power the way they had power, especially in the second round where Ryan was letting his hands go. If you remember in the pre-fight, I said that's where his power, his strength was going to be. He needed to let his hands go. I called that. But it seemed like as soon as he let his hands go, he got caught and got dropped in the second round. It seemed like he got gunshot from that moment on, man. He was scared to get close to Tank again. He was throwing that much jabs from long range. He did land a couple of good right hands before he got dropped, though. I was hoping he got up, man, because the way he was landing his right hand before he got knocked out, before he got stopped, it would have made the fight a lot better, in my opinion. It would have made the fight a little more interesting. Because it seemed like to me, Tank was looking for the left hook so hard. Like, he probably landed one or two left hooks the whole fight, to the head anyway, in my honest opinion, if I can remember straight. But he was landing more left hooks to the body, and he was landing that right head to the top. So I was curious to see what was going to happen, but the way it ended, man, I called him. I said he quit. I think he quit. I think he quit, man. I think he could have got up, bro. He was scared to catch a beating. He was scared to be a highlight reel knockout, in my honest opinion. So he took that knee and just, like he said, he shook his head at Tank. Tank said it. Tank kind of called it. Tank was like, I was playing mind games with him. Tank said that I looked at him in his face, and I looked at him like, you gonna get up? You gonna get up? And he then Ryan shook his head like, nah. He could have got up, man. And for all that shit talking you've been doing, you've been talking yourself in this fight for almost 2 years. And all the fans who coming to pull for you, you had a packed house. I'm pretty sure the pay-per-view was successful, and you went out there and quit on your stool. Yeah. In my opinion, man, wasn't that hard? It was great placement on the liver shot, but it wasn't by no means Tank hardest punch, man. What you think about the shot that landed, man, and how Ryan reacted to it?
Like you said, it was a precise shot, hit him right on the button. I don't think the power was at 100 for Tank Davis, but like I said, the placement of the punch was what got him. Now, I do believe that after delayed reaction, he really was hurt. It was delayed reaction. He went down to a knee, but like you said, I think he had plenty of time to get up. But like you said, he knew if he got up, he was setting up for a highlight reel. He didn't want to get that. He didn't want to feel that power get up in round two. So he decided to sit down, man. Because for me, when he was hurt real bad, he was down on one knee. He got up right at 10. So that was funny to me that as soon as 10, he popped up and walked to the corner. So that let me know he could have got up at 9 or 8, but he didn't, which lets me know that he just wanted to get a check and get out of there. Because once he felt the power, he knew he couldn't. He wasn't the same lead as Tank Davis.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. I said the same thing watching him. Like, when he shook his head around like 6 or 7, at the count of 6 or 7, when he started shaking his head. I thought he was going to get up right there. He would have been on his bicycle. It was early in the round still as well. So I'm pretty sure it would have been, like I said, it would have been a highlight reel stoppage if he would have got up. But you robbed the fans of that. And like, you robbed yourself. Like I said, watching the fight too, I was like, he could have got a second win. Like I said, he was landing good right hands. He was landing good body shots on Tank. he could have got a second win and possibly got back into the fight if he would have just believed in himself and actually got up. But of course, like I said, I will say this though. The only time I ever been down sparring or otherwise, the only time I ever been down in the ring was when I got caught to the body. So them body shots is something vicious. Especially shots to the liver and the kidneys. Them shots are some vicious ass shots. It does take your legs from you. Like it does make your legs weak. And it does make it hard for you to breathe, and it does make you want to quit per se. But at that level, man, you got to kind of swallow that shit and kind of go out there, man. It's like you said, especially if you can get at the count of 10. If you can look at the referee in his face and then, you know what I'm saying, see him counting like from 7, 8, 9, 10, and then get up at 10, yeah, you could have got up and at least held on. Like the way Tank was holding on to him in the second round when he got caught by that good shot before he knocked down Ryan. That's what Ryan should have did. As soon as you got that good shot, you got to grab him, hold him. But I think, I'm gonna be honest, man. What you think about the second round? Let's go back to the second round real quick. What you think about the second round and Ryan game plan that second round coming out fast like he did?
I like the idea, but I think that he got overly aggressive. And with Ryan Garcia, when he gets overly aggressive, he loses all his defensive responsibility. He forget to keep his hands up, and that's what he did. He started throwing shots. The crowd got loud. He thought he had Tank Davis hurt, and then boom, the whole fight changed. So I like his game plan, but he was irresponsible in the way he did it. He didn't do it with intelligent aggressiveness. He did it wild and dangerous and reckless, and it cost him.
Yeah, I agree. He came in too close and his feet wasn't in the right placement. That's why he got dropped. The drop, he wasn't, so I won't say he was hurt. He wasn't hurt by the punch. I mean, he was more so off balance, and it did, like I said, it was a clean shot, and it did make his nose bleed from that point on. But he wasn't hurt like he was when Luke Campbell hit him. When Luke Campbell hit him, I think it was more like more of the type of punch that it was. I think this shot was more so of Tank being heavy-handed, but mostly because he was off balance when he got caught by it. But that body shot though, do you see that same type of body shot landing on any other elite 135 pounder when it comes to Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney, seeing that they're both tall and all of that? We know that second round shot that Ryan got caught by, it's not gonna happen on those guys. Those guys are more defensively responsible. But Tank showed his defensive responsibility in this fight, and he showed the ability to body punch. Do they see that giving other fighters more concern when they fight him, more now that he's not a headhunter and actually stopping guys to the body now? Do you think Devin Haney, who's a little slender guy, do you think that was something he need to worry about when they fight, if they fight?
Yeah, I believe so. Him and Shakur Stevenson got to worry about it. Tank Davis is explosive, man. Like that whole fight, you could tell that Ryan Garcia was on edge because his reflex was so on point tonight. It was scary how fast he was reacting to stuff. His reaction time, I was like, damn, he shot tonight. So I mean, yeah, it's something for him to be concerned about. But I will say that Shakur Stevenson still gonna whoop his ass. I'm gonna keep saying it every time we talk about Tank Davis. So when that fight happened, you can go back and play the footage again about me saying Shakur Stevenson gonna beat Tank Davis' ass.
I don't see what you see in that. I really don't see what you see. Like the same way anybody come in there and let their hands go with Tank, you gonna get caught. And I just see you, Shakur Stevenson being gunshot in that fight. And the moment he's not gunshot, he's gonna get hurt. Why I won't compare him to Ryan? Ryan is Ryan. We all know Ryan was hype. He was more hype than anything in the goods. But the way Tank took his best weapon away, the way Tank takes his opponent's best weapon away, is a strength that people sleep on. Shakur Stevenson, how can I say, his strengths is his range. People sleep on. I mean, he don't have explosive power. He's not the fastest person in the world. He just have good reaction time. He has good punch placement, and he has a great understanding of range. Ryan Garcia had no understanding of range in this fight. He was throwing hooks from too far. He was throwing it from too close. It wasn't landing at all. And Tank knew it. And once Tank got control of the range, he took over the fight. With Shakur Stevenson, I think there's going to be the battle of that. It's going to be the battle who found the range first. And whoever finds range first is going to be whoever can dominate the fight from that purpose. But I will say that Tank has he might find range first, but Tank has the power to where even if he does find the range first, he's going to be gunshot once he get caught to the body or to the head. I don't think Tank will fight Shakur Stevenson the same way he fought Ryan. Ryan, you have to watch out for the explosive one-hit power. What Shakur, you don't have to worry about that as much. Or with Devin Haney, you don't have to worry about that either. I see both guys walking through Devin Haney. I see both Shakur and Tank walking through Devin Haney. Would you still want to see a Ryan Garcia fight one of those other guys? Seeing that how he quit tonight against Tank Davis on that body shot, would you still want to see a possible Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney fight? Or you think Ryan Garcia should move up and wait and try some of those Lopez's and
no. Go and let them guys get that bag. Ryan Garcia is that bag. I mean, even though I don't think he's on that level, I think he's more on the secondary level. I still think that as far as the money, secondary. I think anybody, who do you consider secondary? Like, is that like Rolly and Pitbull Crew? I think he can have a competitive fight with those guys. I don't like him with Pitbull. I think Pitbull is too rugged for him, and he just ain't ready for that. But like a Rolly, I mean, even though Rolly, we got the footage from the sparring that was bad, but I think at this stage he can get in there with Rolly. I think he can get in there with the secondary guys. I don't like him against the top guys of the division, but they should chase him based on the fact that it'll be a good money fight because people follow Garcia because of his social media following. So I'm not mad at him for getting that bad.
You think his following will be as heavy as it was then? Now that he got stopped by Tank, I'm pretty sure we're not the only people in the world.
You know why? You know why his following gonna be big? You know why? Because the excuse is already built in. He made me have a rehydration clause. I couldn't go over 10 pounds. I was drained. I was feeling weak. When he hit me in the stomach because of me being dehydrated, I couldn't take the body punch. It's coming. De La Hoya is gonna come out and it's gonna be a lot of excuses coming over the next couple of days, and the people gonna bite it because that's all they've been talking about before the fight. He agreed to everything. He was fine with the 136 and with the 10 pounds on fight night, but that's gonna be the excuse, the reason why he lost, and that's gonna give him a second life to get another big fight.
Yeah, I knew he was gonna get another big fight eventually, but man, you probably got a point though. Their excuses already made. I think they knew what was gonna happen. If I had been a body shot too, I think they're only gonna sell the point. It's gonna only sell that point even more. They're gonna say, "Well, I was drained to the body." Blah 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 blah. I hope Ryan don't do that. I can say I hope he won't do that.
I don't think Ryan gonna do it. I think De La Hoya's gonna.
De La Hoya gonna do it. I think Ryan gonna do it too. Only because De La Hoya gonna do it, and he, like you said, you got to save face somehow. This is kind of off topic a little bit. What you think about the Charlo brothers? What you think about Charlo betting on Ryan Garcia to beat Tank? You think it was all hate? You know him and Brony and Broner, Tank and Charlo got beef or whatever for some odd reason. You think he really put that 20 grand up on Ryan to win?
I don't know. I guess we'll find out from Earl Spence later on the night. Because normally, if it was a bet, he'll repost it on Twitter or on Instagram. But if he did make the bet, I think it was just out of hate because him and Tank Davis don't get along. I think he's hating on Tank Davis. And the 154 Charlo, he's kind of emotional. So he make a lot of emotional decisions. So I can see him pitting 20 grand, even though if he didn't believe in his brain, in his heart, because he had a dislike for Tank Davis, he took a stupid bet.
Yeah, I can see that too. Especially if it was like you say, it was his he was a stablemate who made the bet with. Even if he made it with Earl, I can see Earl posting that shit. You know what I'm saying? Calling him out on it. The same way he called out Ryan Garcia with Ryan Garcia. Yeah, the same way he called out Ryan Garcia when Ryan Garcia made that dumbass bet. But what else you see for going for Tank, man? You think Tank gonna call out the other big guys, or you think Lomachenko and Haney fight coming up in a few weeks? So do you see Tank Davis possibly pulling up on that fight? Or do you think he's gonna just play the backfield like he normally does?
Yeah, I think it's time, man. This division is hot. He's a star. You don't want to slow down your momentum. I think that Lomachenko and Devin Haney is the next big fight. I think whoever win that fight, you can put another mega fight on pay-per-view for either one. Both of them have a good storyline, a good backstory. So I would love to see either one of those fights, man. So I think the winner of Devin Haney and Lomachenko should definitely try to make a fight with Tank Davis. As far as for legacy and as far as the money.
I will say this though, for all the casual fans that's watching out there, has watched this Ryan Garcia was attended for the Tank Davis fight. That Devin Haney fight with the Lomachenko fight is a lot closer fight. That's not like this fight is where, Lomachenko does have a casual fan base as well, but he does have a real boxing fan base. Lomachenko is the goods. But I still believe in my heart that he's kind of small for 135. He's still dangerous at 135. So that fight will be a lot closer, and I'm still doing film study on it. It's a lot harder for me to call a definite winner. I am leaning more towards Devin Haney because I'm a fan of Devin Haney, but to put my fan cap on the side of me, you know what I'm saying? I really got to break down that fight because Lomachenko has the skill set that can cause Devin Haney problems. The same way that the Linares gave Devin Haney problems. The same way that any fighter that can box with Haney will give Haney some type of problems. Because Haney has a habit of sometimes crowding himself. He has a habit of sometimes stepping in too far. So that fight right there will let me know where Haney is. If Haney dominates Lomachenko, then I might have to revisit my Tank Davis prediction a little bit. Because right now I got Tank Davis stopping Haney. What do you say about that fight? If say for instance Lomachenko does beat Devin Haney, do you see that being the next mega fight between Lomachenko and Tank Davis, or do you still think that Tank Davis should lean more towards the Shakur Stevenson fight?
Huge fight. Tell you the truth, I'm be honest, I'm a Devin Haney fan also. But if you're Tank Davis, you rather for Lomachenko to win. I would say. I think Lomachenko and Tank Davis is a bigger pay-per-view fight than Devin Haney and Tank Davis. Not because of the skill level. I think the skill level Haney and Tank Davis is more intriguing, but I think because of his style, Devin Haney's style, it's not as fan friendly as Lomachenko. So, and Lomachenko and Tank Davis has a history that goes back 4 or 5 years ago. So, it would be the closing of a chapter. This would be his last fight as far as Lomachenko, if he was to lose, as far as probably being up there with the top tier. And for Tank Davis, it'll be him being the new star 135. He could beat Lomachenko because he'll be undisputed at that stage in the man of the division. And then I think it was set up for another mega fight with Shakur Stevenson. But yeah, I would say that definitely Lomachenko is the bigger fight, even though as a boxing fan, I want Devin Haney versus Tank Davis.
I slightly disagree with you. I think Devin Haney is the bigger fight. I think Devin Haney will be only because once he beat Lomachenko, if he beat Lomachenko impressively, I think he'll have a casual fandom behind him as well. And everybody that right now that hates Tank Davis would tune in to watch Devin Haney beat him. So I think the Devin Haney fight, especially the two fan bases, even though Devin Haney and Tank Davis have some of the same fans, person like me, I'm a fan of both. I still lean more towards Tank. Just like you, I'm pretty sure you lean more towards Devin Haney when it comes to who you are more of a fan of. That's how close that fight is when it comes to the fan bases. So to me, that's pretty much like the Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford of 135, in my opinion. That's a fight that we've been waiting for a while. That's the fight where all the belts will be on the line. That's a fight where one guy is more pay-per-view proven than the other guy. That's literally Tank Davis. That's literally Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford at 135. So I think that fight would be humongous. While I will give you that Lomachenko has the more casual fan base when it comes to the ESPN market, because ESPN been marketing him as #1 pound-for-pound fighter, even though he had a loss to Salido. They was marketing him to be that. But I don't think that casual fan base is not as rabid as it was for Garcia. I think the Lomachenko fan base kind of faded over the years a little bit. But if he beats Devin Haney, I can't see that possibly coming back. Only because of, nobody who's a fan of Lomachenko is a fan of Tank. So I think there will be two fan bases coming to clash each other. But I don't really think nobody believes that Lomachenko has a better shot at beating Tank than Devin Haney does, in my opinion. But you got any else to add to this topic?
No, I think we covered it all right now.
It was a great night of fights, man. I really enjoyed the night card. I kind of wish Boots was on the card, but that's another statement. I kind of wish the announcement came on this card, but that's another statement. But like I said, I'm not going to let it dampen my night. So with that being said, man, it's of course your favorite channel, man, CTB. This is Chin Tuck Boxing. I'm your boy, Jay Slay. Say peace to him, man.
All right, everybody, please, if you like what you hear, subscribe, hit the notification button so you know when we drop a video. Comment, let us know what you think of the video, and like so other people can see the video. Because we love boxing, you love boxing, but most of all, God, peace and love, and we out of here. Take care.